Guys, what's up? Back at it again, Extreme, with your boy Chuckles.
And Chili.
And it's great to see you guys. I don't know what's going on, but it's cool. Back in the crib with the homies, players and playettes. What's poppin'? Guys, it's been a wild time. Corona-cation. We're having fun here, living life. Airsoft. We got a good content. Could you need to put that right up in front of you right there? And flipping.
Guys, what's up?
Oh no!
Sorry. I just got here.
Yeah, we've had a kind of busy day. So.
All right, boys, guys, gals, non-binary pals, everybody, we're here to party. We're going to be talking about tactical gear today. Do you want a belt? Do you want a chest rig? Do you want a tac vest? What's the difference? Who cares? I don't know. Airsofters do, because we like LARPing. Anyways, we're just going to go over a couple normal things that we normally do. Expedite the process. Guys, we do have gaming open again. We do have 5 sessions available. Friday night, 5 to 9. Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. That Saturday night special this week is going to be adult night. Going to be great. 18 plus 400 FPS, pyro grenades, no safety kill requirement, all that good stuff. And Sunday, we'll be gaming 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. We're doing walk-ons only. No pre-registered. All of our policies are outlined on our Instagram. Nope, not
on the Facebox.
On the website. So please go see that. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us or send us an email. Store is open, selling stuff. We do have our online store that is still continually growing every day. We're constantly getting restocks of products. Like, we just got to... Actually, I kind of want to grab...
Yeah. Well, while he's grabbing it, we're getting everything every day. We just got 511 in today. We should be getting more Rumor X stuff soon. Black Rifle Coffee is also on the way, so if you are like me and need that caffeine intake, we will be able to supply that. And Black Rifle is also delicious. So, yeah. What else? We also wanted to let everyone know that we will be getting the USW in from ASG soon. So the B&T USW. It's an awesome new little product they have going. It's you saw it.
So the USWs. Hold on to my drink.
That's the other new one.
Hold on to my drink. The USWs essentially are like it's a modular weapon platform, essentially. So it's going to be its own category of pistol. It's going to use a CZ Shadow. It's going to use a CZ Shadow magazines. They will be coming out with an extended magazine for them.
In November.
Oh, see? That's the deets. It's very lightweight, really nice rubberized grip, all black, barrels threaded, has a side-folding stock. I imagine our fabulous friend is showing us. Oh, there it is. Oh, I haven't seen that in so long. But it's the Universal Serious Weapon. So those are going to be really cool. It was really comfortable at SHOT Show. We really liked checking out all the cool stuff ASG have. Plus, it's going to have a mount, so you can put a red dot on it as well. It's going to have a front underside rail mount, just like you would on any other pistol. This thing's going to be an awesome CQB weapon for sure.
Yeah, and also for you Shadow and CZ75 fans, the extended mag will work in them. So... Well, the USW takes Shadow magazines, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. I definitely want to get one. Facts.
Big boys. Belts only always win. Adam, you can't even say that because you're a clown. We got Chili. Baby Pluto says, thanks for fixing my gun again. The Polar Star with a blown out line. Is that Braden?
Yeah, that's Braden.
Oh, Braden! I didn't know it was you tuning in all this time, bro. What's poppin', baby man. Girl? Oh, it's so great to see all y'all. So, yeah. So, we have the USW. That's going to be great. Pre-regs are going to be going up shortly.
Pre-regs for those guys, it's basically live now. Just let us know, and we will get you all hooked up with it.
We also have the Ronin 47 Drifter Edition with the limited edition. There's only 65 of them. I know that a bunch of them we already started. We've pre-sold a bunch, So if you want to get one of those, the Ronin 47's like the new KWA offering. It's going to be a solid option. They're going to be coming out with the Kaiju, which they just released the images of like today, and it's like a two-tone tan dream. I think.
Thought it was orange. Yeah.
I should have looked. I've been in school all day, so let me.
And all I am going off of is well,
at least they have
people
the QRF
telling me
mod
so.
3.
QRF Mod 3 is going to be pretty nifty. Though, yeah, that's the one with the straight mag. Oh.
Is that really the Kaiju? It's a 210. It's tan. Holy crud cakes, boy. You already know what's happening, man. That's kind of hot. Okay, we'll have to get pics. It's kind of like a two-tone. It's kind of almost like the 416 A5, but a little bit sexier. Oh, Adam. Also, it's Adam's birthday today.
Oh! Happy birthday, Adam.
So happy birthday, Adam.
I will be
Squirrel
calling you
Airsoft,
after
happy
this.
birthday. Boom. We got a lot of other stuff coming in. We just had we're kind of just taking this time to show off all the new stuff we got. We have the SSG. Is it the 10s? The SSG 10s?
SSG 1.
1. So this is essentially the super speedy gun 1. And by that I mean Speedsoft gun 1. This is it in this black configuration. They're going to be coming out, I think, this month. They will be getting the red and the blue. We already have the color barrel kits in green, silver, and do we have...
I believe
green, silver, and no, we don't have the purple yet. Those are going to be limited edition, which are also coming out. This does use the G&G G2 gearbox, so it's some of their nicest internals that they have to offer. But it still retains a polymer body, so it's lightweight. You have a magazine that'll feed every BB until it's empty. You have a 105 round magazine.
And it actually has little markers on it, so you can tell how many BBs you have left, which is really awesome.
It's awesome. And it's translucent, so even if you're bad and can't read numbers, you can still see how many BBs you have and get a general idea. The stock is adjustable. It's like a drop stock anyways, which is actually, I think...
It's comfy.
Unpopular opinion, maybe, is that more airsoft guns should come with a drop stock style because kids with masks can have so much of a better time sighting down stuff and don't need to buy 2-inch risers just to use their red dot and be up here like...
Yeah, and suffer from the nasty bore over axis. The bore axis.
True, they're like, why didn't that hit him?
Because you're shooting 3 feet below him.
But this guy's actually really solid. I'm kind of impressed. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad they kind of did away with the trigger. I know a lot of people don't like that. But
and if you are so inclined as to get the trigger, the color kits will include them. But just so you know, they
won't allow you to use them.
Bless you.
They're banned just about every.
They're banned here, there, and everywhere.
Unfortunately, G&G does not sell the drop stocks individually at this point in time. Though if they did, that would be cool.
We would have a bunch.
I would literally put it on my... Well, I put it on my Mark 18, but probably my something. I throw it on. But really cool stuff. Among all of the other things that we have been getting, that's just one of the new things. Yeah.
It has a working bolt catch, too. I just learned that.
So that's a really cool feature. Really exciting. We'll have to show you guys some more stuff. Probably just run around and snag some stuff off the walls. So we told you the store's open. We still have our online store, so you can get all of these things for the most part. Head online, extremeairsoftri.com. Check out our store. You can order. We process orders Monday through Friday. We've been killing it. We've been killing it, dog. And we still have our tech station open. We've been getting a lot. It's been like a backlog for like ever. We've had a lot of repairs on the wall.
Y'all been playing a lot, and y'all want to upgrade everything.
True. Everybody had so much time doing nothing that they're like, gotta fix everything. So, really cool. Still offering our tech services, so go check those out if you want your gun upgraded or you want something cooler. You need some of that Gucci for your Nucci. I'm trying to think if there's anything else important I should say about Extreme Airsoft here in Wakefield, Rhode Island, 1425 Kingstown Road, building unit number 8.
Besides the fact that we're the best?
401-789-1987 02879. You didn't know that's our address. So
Yeah, that was. I didn't even know that.
I was baffled.
I knew most of it.
I was baffled, right? So I'm not going to say where I was recently, but I went to the. I'm in there, and I'm like, they don't know the address of the place that they work at for years. They've been working there, and they don't know the address off the top of their head. I was like, I literally just got here, and I know the address.
How do you not know the address to your building?
Dog, I'm telling you, dog. I don't know. It's so confusing, and nothing makes sense, and everything is just terrible. But
Not terrible.
What it
just
is.
weird. We live in interesting times.
Okay,
gentlemen
all right.
and ladies.
All right. Now we can talk about
The important
real
subject.
stuff. What you came here to do. Listen to me and Chili talk about stuff. In addition to talk about actual content. So today we are talking about plate carriers versus chest rigs versus belts, which you actually can't see. But this is decoys.
Yes.
And it's
As is this.
wrong because it's green, but it's still a belt setup. So
There are a lot of that's a very polarizing opinion. Right
it is. But I will say, I mean, this isn't really like Ranger Green, so I can't forgive it. If it was Ranger Green, all is forgiven. But if it's not Ranger Green, that's like OD. That makes me sad, but that's like Ranger Green. Ranger Green, I forgive your sins. But everybody else, you're fired. Okay.
What happens? If
Quick question.
Yeah.
What is the price on that 6 to 8 cylinder grenade launcher? That is the ICS MGL. It is a 6-shot grenade launcher. Retail price point on the guy is $159.99 without grenades. So you're gonna want to buy grenades, and those will be like $29 to $30 a piece.
Unless you
get the master mics,
Oh yeah.
and then
Or tag in. Because
that's expensive.
Yes, it is.
That my wallet is already screaming. So here we have 3 different general, like you could do blah, 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 right? You could do nothing if you wanted to. But when you start getting into the sport, you realize, you say, oh, God, it's so crazy. I have all of this stuff. Now I got extra magazines, and now I've got snacks to okay, not snacks. You got magazines, you got BBs. It depends on what you're doing, but
yes,
you have to
bring
carry
snacks.
your extra stuff on the field in some capacity. Your results may vary. These are our experiences. I ran a plate carrier for probably...
I still do.
I was running hardcore plate carriers for like 3... I started off in a cross-draw vest, right? Or I guess you could have said vest in here.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. We all start somewhere. So I had my black cross-draw vest. I ran for a long time, or until I was like, ooh, I saw Airsoft GI, and I was like, ooh, I don't remember what the chest rig was. Was it the Griffin? No, that was a belt. Can't remember. So I bought the chest rig, and I love that thing. It was awesome, especially for indoors and everything. It was great. And then me personally, I joined a team, so I got a like knockoff Frog or a knockoff Cirrus plate carrier, and then I got the Condor Exo, and then I had the Easy Ops chest rig. That was like $100 or something. And now I've graduated to my Haley Strategic DC3RM, the micro rig, which has by far been my personal favorite setup out of all of the setups I've had over the past few years. And I don't run a belt, because if Navy SEALs don't need belts, why do I? Chili, what is your gear progression? Talk about your stuff.
I started off with, I can't remember what it was. It was an old Matrix thing. It was green, and it had all the...
I think I can visualize the full coverage you had.
Oh yeah, it was like a big bulky thing. All the pouches were attached to it, and I immediately realized, oh god, I made a mistake here. And then graduated to a Matrix CRAS vest. And I ran that for years. Like, we're talking 5-6 years, and I still own it, and it's still surviving. After that, I went to I don't know what company. I don't know how old it was. I just knew it was a tan chest rig. And now I have an LBX 0300 because I wanted a really good chest rig, and you can't beat it, especially for the fact that it's so well built and is only $160.
True. The LBX 0300 plate, they're all the way over there.
Yeah.
It's fine. Those are a really solid option, though. And a lot of the guys on our team are starting to make moves personally to purchasing LBX rigs. So anyways, your results may vary, but let's go over. This is the 0300.
They're awesome.
Just your modular plate carrier, Molly and all. So we're going to go over the pros and cons of kind of all these systems. Now, we're going to just talk about general pros and general cons. We'll get into specifics of like price point in it. So, I guess I'll just start off with the chest rig because I've been running it hardcore. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So, here I have, as I said, the Haley Strategic chest rig. This is the micro. The advantage you have about chest rigs is that they're really low profile. On me, it looks like a sports bra. On a normal person, it's kind of okay. But the good thing is it's a really compact rig and it doesn't take up a lot of space. You don't have any sort of real limitation on your kind of movement you can do. So if you really need to get down on something, or if you need something that's really flat and close to your chest, really low profile, this is a great option. And you can combo it. A lot of these, like this, I'm getting a Haley flat pack, so then I can just clip my backpack into my chest rig. It's one integrated unit, which is kind of nice, but then I could just unclip it, clip it in here, boom, go, do stuff. Pros. I mean, it's just
low profile,
and
high
normally
speed,
it's
low
lower.
drag.
Yeah, so I can run a lot. I mean, I'll run a lot faster because I don't really have anything that's restricting a lot of my kind of airflow, I guess. Not that it necessarily would, but it's more open. So scientifically speaking, my intercostal muscles can open a little bit more.
And I will tell you right now, it's a lot cooler.
True. You do not, your ventilation is a whole lot better because your back, it's just very thin straps. So that's kind of nice because then my back's just, I feel the air. And that's not getting, I mean, it's getting sweaty, but it's not like.
It's not, I have a plate carrier on, I take off my plate carrier
and
and
it's
it
a
just,
new color.
Yeah, and you have to take your shirt off and it's like you just jumped in a pool and it's disgusting.
The downside, and price point, generally speaking, they are cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, the vest that he just showed you is about the same price as this setup, not including my dangler. But I mean, it's about the same price. So it depends on kind of what you're looking for. Oh my gosh, the chat was running away.
Oh my.
We do not have any Speed QB products right now. We're looking at getting some more in. The Speed QB belt, chest rigs, all that stuff's stock quantity or stock levels right now are really difficult across the board for any company, any manufacturer. You're gonna have a hard time finding great stock. The supply line's kind of compromised with everything going on, so crazy. We are accepting trade-ins, so you could definitely bring out the. You can bring out your trade-ins.
Yep.
What are they going to do? Yep, we have batteries as well. They're out of stock, probably. I mean,
everywhere.
I imagine. Only problem with stock. Yes, but yeah, Doc. It's Doc's anniversary. Happy anniversary, Doc. Yeah. And then what about an H harness? So you could do an H harness as well. We'll go into that. Well, that's more of like an integrated belt setup.
Yeah, that's part of the belt setup.
Maybe like an Alice. We'll talk about H setups, H harnesses when we get to the belt. Anyways, so the cons of this bad Larry here are normally that it doesn't offer you any protection. The point of a chest rig is you can carry everything that you need to carry on you for generally short purpose missions. In the real world, if you were going on a recce mission or reconnaissance or anything like that, you'd be wearing a chest rig, or if you were doing a lot of vehicle ops and it would be really uncomfortable to do a plate carrier, a chest rig is going to minimize the amount of space you take up. You don't need plates for protection. And like I said, it's just load-bearing equipment essentially at that point.
Yeah, and you can get chest rigs that have a little bit more protection. Like I know my chest rig, it's just big enough that I can kind of fit a plate in there. But at the same time, it leaves my back completely exposed. So if someone comes around from the rear and lights me up, it hurts.
On its own, it does expose a lot of your soft, squishy bits. So if you don't want to get shot in very sensitive parts of your body, I can tell you that getting shot in the sides or on the lower portion of your belly is probably the worst thing ever. Me personally, I don't care if I get shot. I've been playing airsoft long enough that, I'll wear nothing out there if I have to. I've done it before. Like when we do a lot of the ops here, and you have to, you're the team leader, I'm mostly not wearing the chest rig unless it's like accurate.
Yeah.
I'll play in a full suit, but no chest rig or plate carrier.
Yeah, and the other thing is we were talking about there's not a lot of it's not a lot of protection. There's not a lot of ammo you can carry either. So if you're bringing this out to an op, this one can fit 3 mags plus the one in your gun. Unless you're not shooting a lot, you're gonna need to go back to camp and resupply very frequently.
That is a very good point. Especially if you're playing at a place where if you as a player, you're going to shoot an excessive amount, that's something definitely you want to keep. That was a really good point. That's good. You are limited on how much you can carry. Normally, I'd like to bring. This one is you do lose a lot of modularity. Is the other problem? Is your system generally most chest rigs are you buy it and it is what it is. However, the trade-off is so we sell the double AK chest rigs, right? And that'll hold 4.
5.
That'll hold 5. It's 5 across, or is it 4?
I'm pretty sure
with
it's
2
5.
It's got 2 utility pouches on the side.
That's
you have 2 utility pouches and you have 4 double AK, which could hold 3 M4 magazines each. So you could hold 8 AK mags or 12 M4 mags or
or
any variation of that.
Way too many MP5 mags.
That too. You could carry. That's a lot. But that's one of the things that you have to kind of take into consideration is, if you're just looking to carry stuff around, you don't need the modularity. For a time, I was switching between, I had an M4 and I had an AK, and I was like, oh, it's tiring having these pouches. I had a G36 for a short bit of time. One rig that can do everything is great. Kind of why I like the Haley is because right now it has Kydex inserts set for M4 magazines, but even though it's set for M4 mags, which work just fine, I can fit 2 of my KWA QRF magazines or 2 MP5 magazines, and my MP7 magazine is mostly in there. It's a full-size one, so it'll fit. But I'd be hard-pressed because of the bands on it to fit in any 7.62 mag, but they have a micro insert you can buy. It's like $30 or something. You swap it out so you could hold 4 SMG mags individually or 2 7.62 mags. So again, you're limited on capacity. You do have 2 pistol pouches. You do have the admin pouch. So I carry snacks. I attach a dangler to mine, so I carry an extra magazine in there. I carry snacks in here. And right now I think I just have my armbands. So yeah. But it doesn't matter as long as it's got some patch space for sick patches, like Savage patches. So that's what I personally do. That was very long-winded. You want to talk about some of the pros and cons of plate carriers?
Sure. So with a plate carrier, it's kind of like it's a polar, not a polar opposite, but it's more towards the end of protection rather than mobility. So this guy, the Armistice, kindly donated to us by Decoy. This one is really good at protecting the soft, squishy bits. Where this guy, you only have about this much room for protection and a little dangler. This one, it's a lot more surface area. Yeah.
Yes.
Surface area, and depending on the plate carrier you have, it's got side protection. If you're If you're ballsy, if you have the old Marine Corps issue one, I can't remember the name of it, like the EOD kind of vests, like you'll have
Oh gosh,
protection.
that's like everything.
Yeah,
You have
shoulder,
stuff.
groin. You can probably fit like leg protection on there too, because it's that overbearing. But you can also hold a lot more stuff, which is kind of the reason I run one. I've set mine up for my main rifles, which are an M4 and an AK, and kind of like a one size fits all. I run it at ops, I run it here, and it really is a good system to run. But at the same time, the con is it's heavy compared to this guy, which weighs almost nothing, save the fact that there's lots of magazines in it. Whereas this one weighs a little bit more, and it still has magazines in it. But wow.
Well, the good thing about the plate carrier is especially when you add the plates, one of the pros you get is it's a lot more rigid of a system. Like once you get a plate carrier fit to your body, like you're gonna rock and roll.
Yeah, I barely notice mine, but at the same time, just
don't add real steel plates in it. Yeah. You want a challenge? Play airsoft and training plates. You'll
hate your life.
I mean, it's crazy. You might. Some people like it. I think Scott still runs his training plates.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, oh, once I started, I never went back, and so did my boy Giuseppe. Yeah. But then the good thing you have is you have modularity, is where you don't. The Armistice offers something a little bit different, where you have something similar to the Swift clip system, where you just hit a few clips, your front panel comes off, throw on a new one. You take off your rear panel, throw on a new one.
Yeah.
Or generally speaking, the most popular option is going to be something that's a Molly vest. So you can remove whatever pouches you have and put on new pouches for your whatever setup you're trying to do. If you're trying to carry 12 mags, which I did once at an op, I threw it away. I only carried like 6 mags on my person. It was a terrible idea.
Yeah. Only reason I ever carried 8 in an op was because I ran an MP5 with jungle mags, so I could easily carry the 8.
Yeah, Doc, you're right. Your kid's psycho. He runs real plates, wild. But then the cons, obviously, you limit yourself a lot of your movement. You can't move as much.
Yep.
And your ability to take it off quickly without
you need to actually make a concerted effort to take off most of these plate carriers.
Versus like my chest rig, where I just pop 2 of the clips and I can literally off. Yeah. Where you have to pull up your front panel, undo one. Maybe you want to do 2.
Yeah,
whatever.
Undo
just
one, take it off, put it back together so you don't lose anything. And also, going back to the chest rigs for a second, there was one thing I realized we kind of brushed on. Technically, you can hold more stuff with this because you can more easily run a backpack.
That too, you get it on technicalities. Especially when it's an integrated system, it really cuts down on your profile versus your plate carrier, where you already have something on your back and then you're stacking something on top of that. So if you have a backpack, you are going to add up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, add up a lot of stuff. It's going to be super uncomfortable. It's going to be super awkward because, trust me, if you have a second, try it. Put your plate carrier on, have the plate in there, and then try to put on a backpack after it.
Very tough.
You're going to be like this for a while.
It's very not fun. And you're trying to take it off is a nightmare, especially if you have comms, you have your hydration. If you don't have that stuff cleared up in check, you're going to get wild. Vinny, the legend in the chat. Vinny, my dear friend, hope you're well. It's great to see him. He was talking about those big bulky IB whatever systems you had. He's like, they're way too bulky.
Yep.
Combo of plate carrier, the battle belt allows room for more admin stuff. So now, me personally, I was actually thinking about adding a belt setup to add an additional magazine or 2 for my rifle and other stuff. Carry med pouch if I need it.
Yeah, I'd actually like to transition to a system like that.
God.
Just a more distributed kind of thing.
So, plate carriers are great. Again, you also run into very various price points, varying levels of modularity. So, plate carrier, lots of protection. You can still carry a lot of stuff, but your mobility can be somewhat limited. But then again, remember everyone, enough training and nothing's an obstacle. Now we have
The king of mobility.
the belt setup. The battle belt. Your first line.
Yeah.
Now, you can bring plenty of stuff. This battle belt is set up pretty simply. You can put on a bunch of stuff. You can put on no stuff. This is the 511. I don't know anything about 511 products. I only know I have the HSGI one for real steel. But it's essentially this has padding on it, so you can wear it. You don't need to loop it in with your regular belt like you would on some of the HSGI ones. You can have your inner belt, loop it around, blah blah blah. Cool. Pros of belt setups is they're really low profile. Like you only have stuff on your waist. You won't put anything on your front. So for stuff that you need to be high mobility for, i.e. running around indoors, or maybe if you're at an indoors op and you're doing some high reconnaissance, high mobility stuff where you need to be in and out of there in a jiffy.
Yeah, and actually it's perfect for a reconnaissance guy who's got a bolt action rifle. He knows he's only going to be shooting a magazine, maybe 2 worth of ammunition for his gun. Right. He doesn't need to carry a lot, but he needs to be low profile, lightweight. Just be able to get as low as humanly possible on the floor without anyone noticing. Because you haven't noticed, this is pretty... It's a shape that everyone knows, and
It's noticeable. Finney says, Ronin belts for the win. They didn't have any. I was about to buy one, but they didn't have any in XL squad size when I ordered one, when I was spending all my money, my government money, from on real guns. So, Ronin belts are great, but shell out the $200. It'll be worth it. I have the HSGI one. How much was this 511 belt?
I don't remember.
Okay.
it was.
But
a
you
number.
could get like a Condor battle belt for like $30. Really low profile. It doesn't do a lot, do too much. You're not gonna go crazy. Now, some people I know will put on their holster. They'll put on a med pouch. They'll put on a grenade pouch. They'll put on 2 pistol pouches and a rifle pouch and their dumb pouch. And then it's great to have the modularity, but you don't need to use all of the molly on it. Guys, you don't need to use all the molly on your belts.
Just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Just let it be empty. How
Even
many
though
more
that hurts to say?
How many more anime patches do you need to put on your plate carrier? Stop it. No, I cannot allow any more anime patches. We need to stop.
Don't listen to him, boys. Go nuts.
You weeaboos. So, the problem is if you, on a general battle belt, the one that you just clip on, the problem if you put too much stuff on it, it's going to start falling down. You'll be running around. You'll have your belt already on, and it's just going to fall down. Now, the way to combat that would be, as our friend Matt Dowling said earlier, is with an H harness. Now, an H harness essentially puts straps over your shoulders, holds it from, if I was wearing it, holds it from the front and holds it from the back. So, rather than the weight being distributed on your hips, it is now distributed on your shoulders, which is a lot better for, one, you're physically anyways, but two, it's better for you if you need to do any stuff that involves running around. And you can mount some extra stuff sometimes with whatever H harness you have. Some of them integrate into stuff, so you could get ones like the Condor one has a hydration bladder attached to it with admin or whatever. So that's that. But also, you're limited with how much you can carry. If you're going out with just a belt, you're not going to...
You can
You'll carry a few magazines on your person. Me personally, if I was going in, I would not carry more than probably 1 rifle mag, maybe 2 pistol mags. I don't run a dump pouch anymore, so I don't care about the dump pouch. And my holster, and eventually, hopefully, when I get it, a med pouch, when I get the training. Yeah.
It's also more awkward on your belt, not gonna lie. The bigger the magazine, the more awkward it gets. So with this guy,
facts.
We're gonna take this MP7 mag as an example. Here, you don't notice it. Here, you definitely don't notice it. With that, The moment you start going like this, it's going to start digging into you.
True. And
So-
you need to make sure whatever you put on yourself that's going to be high mobility is going to be something that can really stand up to a lot of that crap. This guy's in there. These 511 pouches have some Kydex inserts in them. My Haley is the same way. It has Kydex inserts, so that thing's going to sit there real nice and pretty. If you don't have these, I recommend getting like taco pouches. I know we have like some of the, like we should call them the Naco pouches. The not taco pouches.
Naco pouches. Or
I'm going to call it. That's what we're doing it. We got
Naco.
Naco pouches here, boys.
Sound like narco.
Or facts. Don't tell anybody. So you get those, or you get something with a kangaroo top or something like that.
That's what I run. That's what I run. I run a triple pouch in front with kangaroo with the little straps on top.
So pros, cons. It's good. It's bad. It depends on your opinion of stuff and things. Vinny says some of our dudes ran Condor belts in Iraq. They held up fine for 9 months, primarily just 2M4 Max, IFAC on the back, and maybe Compass GPS. Exactly. Like you don't need to run a lot of stuff. Run a little bit of stuff, and that's, partially admin stuff. Stuff you're going to need to access, that's important stuff.
If that's coming from an actual vet...
That's coming from an actual dude doing this stuff, and so he knows what he's doing. So, so then let's talk about price point, right? So is it worth really shelling out buco bucks, let's say, versus a $30 Lancer tactical chest rig versus a $150 Haley strategic chest rig? Or, like if you went with the
mid-ground,
the LBX, that's 109, or if you went with the LBX lock and load, or if you went with
belt,
whatever company for chest rig, is it worth it? It normally is. I would say it's now. It depends on your purposes, right? You need the number one thing to take into consideration is what are you doing? Are you playing airsoft all the time in very serious and dangerous environments, potentially not even necessarily dangerous, but just places where your gear can get an excess of wear and tear?
It's going to get put through its paces.
Exactly. Weather, inclement weather, whatever else you could throw at it, being scratched, scraped, dropped, thrown, whatever. Not that you're really
Pyro
throwing
grenade,
it.
tagging grenade to the chest, stuff like that.
So, at that point, if you're doing a lot of that stuff, and you want to buy one thing, number one things I also know what you're buying.
Yeah.
Number one thing. You have to know what you're buying. But you buy once. I like now, when I first started, I was all like, initially I was like, I don't need to spend, I was also a kid when I started and I didn't have a job, so I couldn't spend money. But now that I'm an adult and I have a real job, my motto is, and even for customers now that I know I say buy once, cry once. Because when you buy that one thing, like, I've been running this Haley, I think I got it in January, and I haven't had a single issue with it. There's no serious fraying or anything. There's only like some specs from all of the ops I've been to. It's mostly the patches that are starting to go, because the patches that are Velcro will inevitably fray.
Yeah.
But the rest of this kit has held up amazingly. I don't have any issues. So you know that A, it's made higher quality, but B, normally you also have a lifetime warranty on products. LBX does a lifetime warranty. If there's any defect in their products, they will repair it or replace it. So stuff like that. Whereas you spend your $30 on your Lancer Tac chest rig, thing dies, you're stuck. You can't do anything. But you also need to take into consideration you spent $30 on it, so you can't hold that to the same standard. Now, have I seen stuff that can do that? Right? Like me personally, I had a Condor vest that was used for like 5 years before I owned it, and I bought it. And I used it hard for like 2 years nonstop. And that thing held up like insane.
Yeah.
And
my C-Raz, as I said, it's 7-8 years old at this point. It still is holding up. I will admit I have had to do a little bit of work to it, like take a threaded needle, go through some of the spots that are starting to fray and starting to rip and tear and all that, and fix it with some thread. But beyond that, it still is holding up, and that's my personal opinion. Like, if you want just something that works and you're not going to put it through its paces, yeah, go with something on the little lower end. But if you can like repair it, midline stuff usually is pretty good. But if you don't want to repair it at all, definitely go high end because
I hate having to like, especially with airsoft guns now. Like, I don't want to buy anything cheap, right? I don't want to buy anything that I know is like not necessarily low end unless that's something I'm trying to get. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go out now at this point and be like, let me go buy a G&G combat machine, a Raider, right? If I know that I want something, if what my demand is high performance, like I have the Mark 18 Avalon, if I want to know what those are, if that's what I know I need, I'm going to jump to that. If I need the combat machine, like, if I need a reliable backup, like, I might buy one just to have. I know a lot of dudes that do that. They buy them and just keep them in the trunk somewhere in case of worst emergency ever. I know some dudes that have been running theirs for years, never had any problems. So I know going into it what I'm looking for. And so that's the same concept for guns, for gear, for face protection, for whatever you do. You spend that extra money to buy it once. And I don't... I with guns, like, I hate tinkering around with stuff. Like, I don't want to have to buy a gun and be like, hey, Stefano, can you fix this? And then drop, like, and maybe it'll be nice, drop my $400 on a new, upgrading my SEMA AK to be, like, super minty fresh. But do I really need that? It's a SEMA. You don't need it.
There is no such thing as upgrading a SEMA.
So... that's the thing to take into consideration is I like to just make the purchase, save my extra pennies, get the best thing, and then I'm good because I don't need a lot. I'm not needy. Do I want to buy every gun in the store? Yes, but I want to buy once, cry once. Live life.
And I'm with you on that. I love tinkering with my stuff, but I'd like to buy the high-end gear that I don't need to tinker with, and I know it'll run, and it will run flawlessly. Because every tech out there will understand it when I say it. They don't always like to... whenever we tech on something, it sometimes takes a few tries, and it gets very aggravating.
That is a fact. We're going to start wrapping up at this point, everybody. Vinny... it's in the comments. Condor Gunner, you're in it for 3 years. Field training's 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Just sold it to his LT. Condor Gunner plate carrier is also underrated. That's a really great, like, $60 to like $80 plate carrier. Yeah, that's actually awesome. We're trying to work on getting Condor back in here, but as you know, with everything's a nightmare to deal with right now. But really cool, guys. Don't forget the store's open this Saturday. Again, adult night, 18 plus only. Pyro, 400 plus. FPS, no safety kills. I'm hearing beer in the in your Camelback, go big or go home, says Vinny. This is approved by Chuckles.
It is not approved by me. I don't want heat casualties.
It's okay. I keep water everywhere. So anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them down, or you want some recommendations, let us know. We're here. We're having fun. Any new products or anything. But ultimately, what it comes down to is A, your comfort level, and B, your demands. If you don't like the feel of it, you're not going to want to wear it. If it doesn't do what you need it to do, you're not going to want to run it. Yeah. Also, as I forgot to say, higher end gear, the construction, in addition to being better, the materials are normally a lot better. Yeah. So your comfort level is going to be up significantly. Like especially with plate carriers, because a lot of the stuff... harsh material on the inside rubbing against your man titties all day is not ideal, right? No. These girls are delicate, okay, and they need to be taken care of. So you'll want something better. Just spend money on camo, says Squirrel Airsoft. Adam, you get a pass because it's your birthday, so I won't roast you. But yeah, we got a lot of new products also to come check out. Yeah. So check out the new SSG 1.
Yeah, and when it comes in, come on in and check out the USW.
USW's awesome. Ronin 47s. We are going to be seeing the Ronin T10 special editions within the next week or two. So,
Yep. Yeah.
So, I hope they're on their way.
They will be on their way this week.
Oh, crap. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're going to be getting them. Boys, guys, gals, everybody. If there's no more
gals.
questions, I think we're going to peace out here because we chilling in the club. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hope to catch you guys next week. Maybe we'll catch you this weekend. Catch me and the boys. Well, it's not all of us. There's a few of us.
I'll be here.
There's a couple of us. Catch Chili, Nick, and company in the store. Me and Decoy, Scott, Brendan, Matt, and the boys are going to be all heading out to Shock Op for M Sato. If you haven't already, I mean, I think it's too late to sign up now. Or maybe not. Probably not. But we're going to be going to the Shock Center in New York. I don't remember where. But it's a minimum security prison. If you come into the store and you see the gameplay from the Humvee that we have on our TV, one of them is from the Shock Op that I was the saw gunner in the thing, in the car, whatever. So that was pretty cool. It was a cool op. We're definitely going to be getting you guys some gameplay for that. Stay tuned for all of those things. Next week we'll have an AAR at the same time, 7:30-ish. Other than that, it's been your boy Chuckles.
Chili.
And we'll see you guys later. Bye.